In some of my leadership team meetings and quarterly planning meetings recently, we got to talking about delegation. And I shared them with a framework I found several years ago called the 5 Levels of Delegation by Michael Hyatt. Figuring out delegation is key to unlocking the potential of any team or organization. So I'll first go through the 5 levels and then share my thoughts on it. I believe this will be very useful for anybody. So the first level is very transactional. Give somebody a task. It's do as I say. So that means do exactly what I've asked you to do. Don't deviate from my instructions. I've already researched it, the options, and determined what I want you to do. Level 2 is research and report. This means research the topic, gather the information, report back what you discover. We'll discuss it, and then I will make a decision on how to proceed from there. Level 3 goes further. It's the next rung up the ladder. That's research, not only research, but also recommend. That means I want you to research it and then outline the options and give your best recommendation. Give me the pros and cons of each option and then tell me what I should do. If I agree with your decision, I will authorize you to go and implement it. Next level up, level 4, decide and inform. This means make a decision and then tell me what you did after the fact. I trust you to do the research, make a great decision, and then keep me in the loop as required. I don't want to be surprised by someone else. Level 5 is the highest level of trust. That's act independently. So you take whatever decision you think is best. No need to let me know. I trust you completely. I'll know you follow through, and you have my full support. So those are the level 5s from giving a task to somebody, telling them what to do, versus they're very autonomous and make their own decisions. My thoughts on that is, as leaders, we need to be very clear on the levels of delegation. If we're not clear, we get higher and lower results, and because there were no clarity, and we end up being frustrated and can spend hours unraveling that and getting things back on track. So as a leader, we need to work to increase the level of authority and build trust with each other. For example, when moving somebody from a level 2 to level 3, the main difference is not only providing the options, but also a clear recommendation. So they have to think about the bigger picture, they got to engage brain and give those pros and cons. So once the trust has been built with that, you can then proceed up to the level 4, which is implementing that recommendation. So you always want to be moving people up this ladder as they are ready to do so and show the trust. So as a leader, realize that your people are way more capable than you think. Just work through this ladder, but don't skip any of the rungs, of course. Just give them challenges. They have to prove themselves. The track record has to be there to proceed to that next level. And then, as a person receiving a task, it may be worthwhile to clarify the level that they want you to operate at. If you're being asked to research and report, then confirm what level of detail is required. Often it's less detail than you might think. And so as leaders, remember that leaders are busy, and they're still in the process of learning how to delegate. And they may need some gentle help with that. And it's perfectly okay to ask for permission to step to step up to that next rung on the ladder and say, hey, do you want me to just research this, or should I make a recommendation, or do you trust me enough to just go and decide and run with it? And in my situation, if people ask me that the fact that they're asking, it actually increases the trust, and I'm like, yeah, just go for it. You don't wait for me to make a decision or to rubber stamp what you're saying. Has this topic been useful to you? Then please post that in the comments or in the thread. What was the number one takeaway, or something you might implement, or validated something going on in your world?